happy this morning, isn't she?
I am happy this morning.
Zoomed in?
I mean, I've lost my cover, but as you said, as we go through piles, we'll probably find it.
This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together we are PM Artist Studio. Good morning to all of y'all. Look at us. We've got 18 people.
Ooh.
Do give the thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. We very much appreciate it, especially in the beginning. It's very helpful because it lets people know, hey, I'm over here. Something cool might be happening. You might want to come check it out. You know, helps people get to know things. Helps your friends know things. People like you.
That too. Yeah.
That's how that algorithm thing works, supposedly.
Yes, and it will add to your credibility.
I don't know that that's true. And I don't know that you're adding to your credibility.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, that's just rude.
Well, I'm just saying, I just don't know that that's true. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
I'm
just gonna start right off here.
Oh, are you now? I'm gonna zoom you out. Well, we tumbled the camera over because we were doing the pre-stream, or thing, and I think
No, it got hooked up on.
Yeah, I know, and
Joe.
I tumbled, so it moved. Yeah, I got hooked up with Joe.
I think I've got Joe back on track.
There we go. Don't you just love that sound? Do apologize.
It's my form of hair dryer.
Yes. Okay. Here, I gotta say good morning to people.
Let's yes.
See if I can do this real quick. We've got Angela, Heather, Brad, Carrie, Christy, Colleen, Connie, Darcy, Denny, Eva, Evelyn, also known as Evie, Fran, Gretchen, Headless, also known as Chris, Judy, Pay, Kathy C, Kylie Koo, Lisa Mingus, Robin's Creative Space, Sirius Hecka, also known as Lisa, Studio Anna, Batar, oh, you're new, welcome. Susan, Vanessa, Violet, I think somebody else, Lisa Mingus, may have just popped in there. All right, I think I got everybody today. Woo-hoo-hoo. If I didn't say your name, it's because I don't know that you're here. The reason I don't know you're here is because you haven't said hello in the chat. Please do say hello in the chat. You don't necessarily have to chat the entire time, but we do love to know that you're here and at least say hello. That's how that works. I don't know what she's digging for, but she's making a heck of a sound. Did you clean up? Maybe she cleaned up and that's why she can't find things.
No, I might have to make another cover.
Is this the stuff that I found for you yesterday?
What?
That you're looking for?
My cover. The artwork for my cover.
Oh, yes. That's been in a pile for some time. I don't really know.
I know, and I keep running onto it when I don't want it.
Mm-hmm. And then just put it somewhere off to the side. I don't know that it was going to be that great of a... I didn't think that it was cohesive with the rest of the stuff. That was my feeling about it. I
love it. Let's just be really, really flexible. I kind of have another idea anyway.
Fantastic. Good morning, Leslie.
Excuse me. Okay. Do we have you said hello to everyone? Are we on to the next part of this?
Yes. Well, let's talk about, before we get into things. That's good. I'm glad that you asked that.
I didn't even know what I asked. I was just,
well,
I'm ready to go.
I know. The art's not going to start quite yet. We're going to talk about the giveaway.
Oh. Well, I like that too.
How are you guys feeling about participating in the giveaway? So far, I've got Julie and I've got Queen Pam that have entered with a little bit of nudging. If you guys need, ideas, thoughts, help with that, I am here because I know it's something a little new. So I would love for you guys to get entered. How do you do that? Well, remember, you've got to do a post. You can do it in Makers, no problem, safe place. But it has to say something about what you were inspired by in one of our particular videos. And you have to post that video link. I feel like my lipstick's being weird today.
Your what?
My lipstick was being weird. So that's kind of the main thing that you have to do. If you end up making something off of that, you get a twofer. You get 2 entries. And videos from YouTube channels also count as that second entry. If you say, hey, I was inspired by PM Artist Studios video link, and then I made my own video link, and then pictures of the project, you're good to go. That's how that works.
What if you're like me and you don't really, you know, you don't make your own videos?
Well, right. So then you just do the project. If you are inspired by it and you've made something, then you just post your pictures like you normally do.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's
like
kind of
I do.
Yeah, and that's...
Hey, and let me tell you about this. You know, over in iPhoto, I don't know if y'all know this.
Here we go.
You just quit making
I
fun
know.
of me.
No, I love it. Because this is like how somebody else might approach it. And that's good.
It is. Okay, over in iPhoto, remember when I did that little, what you call it, little slideshow thing? Which is like, I feel like it's in between still life photos and videos. It's like right in the middle. So I have my foot in both camps.
There you go. Good morning, Maxine. I'm sorry. Yes, I did forget. Hi,
What?
Maxine. I forgot to say hello. I think she popped right in there right as I was kind of clicking screens. So, and hello, Kelly Cameron. She just popped in as well.
Anyway,
Yes.
over in iPhoto, there is that, I don't know what you call it. It's...
Not everybody has the iPhoto.
Oh.
So you want to just kind of look for your photo, whatever your photo app is.
Yeah, whatever and it will allow you to do the slideshow thing.
Yeah.
And the really great part about that is if you have multiple images that you want people to see, I think that's a really brilliant way to do it, because on mine I can stop it and really look at something.
Brad says, hey chat, it can even be a moment that P&M made you laugh. That's true. We'll take it. If you want to screenshot it, Fran is like the screenshot awesome queen of, hey, at this point in time, you know,
Hey,
she'll put a list together and
it's
timestamp
minutes and
it.
seconds.
Oh, that counts. Definitely. Most definitely. Okay. Aw, that's so sweet. Carrie says, I must admit that I personally feel that I get rewarded enough by your YouTube for making videos. I'll be posting lots of PM-based videos in the future. I don't wish to be greedy. Oh, no worries. We just want to give back to you guys, and that's kind of a fun way. Plus, it's also like you're helping us. Like, that is definitely a way to give back to us, because by you posting and sharing those links over on Facebook, YouTube goes, oh, well.
Yes.
They like that. So
and we can write it off as
Claire.
our advertising budget.
No worries. Just I like that you popped in and said hello. Oh, Vanessa. Well, thank you very much. Very much appreciate that. Got some super chat money this morning. We must be doing something right.
I'm going to have a little swig of coffee on that one.
Cheers. Vanessa.
Cheers. Thank you.
Okay, now the chat, our chatty part. We'll move on here. I still feel like our cameras are kind of weird today. But
and I'm going to design a
cleaned.
whole new cover, and I didn't even think I was going to do that because I can't find my other one. I might send that artwork to somebody in a...
Yeah, there we go.
In a, you know, one of those things when they order something.
Order something. All right, cool.
I do that.
All right. Good morning, Fiona. Hello, hello. So glad you're here.
Well, I know that's not like...
I'm going topside now.
Are you going topside? It's not uber exciting, all this colored pencil work, but I do think that every single artwork I've seen could benefit from some pencil work. I'm not saying, you know, like full on overdo the whole thing.
The beauty of the pencil work is that it can be that fine... It's the little fine work at the end. It may not even require that much.
And people may not even notice it right off the bat, which is wonderful, because that's what you want. You want it to be subtle enough that it is showcasing and making your artwork pop out.
Yes.
Or recede.
Hey, Carol. Good morning.
Add a few highlights.
Jude.
Shadows.
Paintation? Fine tuning, yes.
Fine tuning. Yes,
Yeah.
it honestly is. Because it's not an all out. And you've noticed how I keep going through these. Well, I even pulled the done pile back in. So you
See, and it's even
you know it's
labeled.
done because I wrote DONE.
Don't even trust that.
I'm not, because I'm going to go through that one now that because sometimes you just don't see it the first time, and you're so overwhelmed by the stack of things that you have.
You've decided to put it in done to fit. It's that checklist. It's like how I write my to-do list thing. I will even write down the things that I have already completed. It's that same feeling.
Makes her feel like she's accomplished something.
Hey, the last time we talked about that, many people said.
Yeah. Okay. All right,
Sorry.
so I have actually glued down this little spiral thing here, and it's from the innards.
I don't know, Denny.
The innards of, what is the name of this?
Oh,
Stencil.
that's the
Spring. I just
Whirlies.
call it springy swirls.
yes, that's Whirlies.
They kind of pop off and on, and they get intertwined.
Let's just
with
say
one.
that one took a lot of R&D, so there are a lot of little pieces that were
Yeah, I have envelopes
available.
envelopes full of these jobbers,
Yes.
and I really like them. I quite like them because number one, they're great for ATCs. To add that little bit of kind of. And this is a very ancient symbol.
Oh, Gretchen asked, any type of pencil or certain brand that's better? She's particular to the Prismacolor.
I am, but remember we did that video
We did.
and compared Amazon brand to, and I'll tell you what, they're really quite comparable.
Hey, look, I have it up here behind me.
Yeah, we even
This
have a
one.
chart.
Yeah. So we did the Sergeant. Now, let me tell you, the
Sergeant,
Sergeant.
yeah.
They
not so
are
much.
definitely, hand those off to the kids. Let them just go to town and destroy them.
Yeah,
They
because
didn't-
they're really just not.
There were some colors that were okay.
But they're just really
Yeah.
very waxy, low pigment. You're not going to get the depth of color that you get. Prismacolor is
Yeah.
like the top of the line as far as I'm concerned. Now, we did look at
Oh wait, those are
Gwent.
well, these are the color. So we did the color pencil, and that was just Prismacolor versus Amazon. Then we did the watercolor or water-based pencils.
Water activated.
Or water activated ones. So, which they work very well too. Hello, Jackie. So glad
Yes.
you're here.
They do.
The done print is very pretty.
The done one.
The done-
Oh,
with the donut.
yeah. Oh, the donut, yeah.
Dinged up
Oh,
donut.
thank you. I know. All right.
She's like, I know, thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Appreciate
that.
Yeah.
Moving on.
That was definitely a use of the, and I'm not ignoring that. I'll just go
Oh,
ahead.
and Kathy even said that that pencil work that you did last time really made a difference. So, yeah.
I think it really does. Oh, I just tore my little thing. There you go.
Oh.
Now I'll probably get these all mixed in and I won't know.
Oh, hey, and those of you that are in the Arty Perks, the members, we added the new emoji.
To do
We
some work.
heard ya. And so,
I
looky,
like this
looky
just
there.
like it is.
See? So, if you are part of the Arty members, the perks, you can use that if you want to ask the question. But I loved how Gretchen did the big question mark. That worked very nicely. Thank you, Gretchen.
Now, if I were going to do anything to this, I would take a lavender pencil and come in and make those lavender spots a little more lavender. I haven't reached the point where I want to do that yet.
Good morning, Marcia.
I think that this would benefit from a little bit of work around the edge to make the circle kind of pop out, because right now it's confusing about who's coming for. I love
Yes,
this.
Maxine. Definitely.
What did she say?
She says, can I use the video that inspired me to buy a certain stencil from PM Stencils? Of
Oh,
course.
heck yeah.
I mean, that's like a kind of a double whammy.
Yeah. Oh, look at this side. Isn't that wonderful?
Post a picture of what you make with that stencil, and you got that's a two.
A twofer.
A twofer.
And I just love this. I wouldn't do anything to it. I think it just stands alone. And you're going to have, and look at that side. I mean, go try to create that
Good
again.
morning, Cindy. Go ahead and try to.
I just defy. And look
Maybe
at
you
this.
should start a pile of I challenge myself to
no.
can I do it again?
Hell no, I would just be angry. Do you want an angry person?
Okay, I was really seriously Brad did make it. We made a cuss buckets emoji. But I was like, I don't know that we need to encourage that or that we need to,
I really think that needs a little bit. I don't even know what she's yammering on about sometimes. It just goes. Now look at this. This is wonderful, wonderful composition. Doesn't need anything. And I really don't even remember how that happened. And I love this one. I do know how
it was
this
the good end of the print.
Oh, I need to be flipping these over because you know they have two sides.
Yeah. Maybe you should stick.
Oh, I love that. See that? Can you see it?
Oh, yeah. See, there's subtleties, but yes, see, if you wiggle it just right.
Just right. Did I wiggle it just right? We need a little repair work.
Yeah, they are mono printed on both sides.
Yeah.
No gluing this time. Thank goodness. That was a real
Oh, that was
pain in the
horrible.
badootie.
I wasn't ever going to do that again. And I just, I know this is kind of weird because it's just got this stripe and I know why it does. And you know why it does too, if you think about it a little bit.
Hello, Gail.
Okay, I love this one. I've got a little bit of a sort of an eye shape out there.
Yeah.
I could think I might emphasize
I
that.
tell you, Joe's a winner, man. If you want one stencil, Joe's your dude.
Now, I'm going to put this over here because I'm going to show you one in a minute that I did some work on. I don't think this needs anything. It's very...
This is a 32 right. Most of these are the 32-pound Hammermill.
Yes. Occasionally there will be some of the print paper in there.
The Paycon.
Yeah. But look at that. I mean, isn't that marvelous? What does it need?
Nothing. I love that one.
It doesn't need anything. I don't
I'm
think
quite
that one
fond
does
of that
either.
one.
And I don't think this one needs
That's
anything.
like the red version of the blue.
Yeah. More or less. Now, I don't know. I really like the fact that you kind of have to work at finding that.
That's right.
And I love this.
Getting some hashtag wiggle. Just wiggle it just a little bit, and then we got winter chicken dinner.
And I don't know. Here's the thing. If you don't know what to do, don't just do something to do something.
All right, Jackie, let us know when you come back.
Have something in mind. Because that's when you really screw some things up. Is when you just do something to do something. Because I've got plenty of to do somethings here.
Yeah, there's a whole studio to do something, if you ask me.
I
got, you want a list? I'll even just put the already done things at the bottom.
She's being very snarky.
I am. I've been a little snarky the last few days.
Snarky.
Sorry about that.
Ugly. I'll just sharpen my pencil.
Oh.
Okay. Now the pencil, if you're going to order some pencils and you're just going to get them from open stock, there are 2 or 3 that I would definitely recommend. Tuscan red, indigo blue, and white. And you want to get 3 or 4 whites. And I know that sounds really strange.
But Gayla?
And cherry is another one that I really like. Yeah, black cherry. It's a good one for my color thing here. All I'm doing really here is I'm just messing around and going around the edge here. Because remember when I told you the thing about Kylie Koo, she's really the one that got me started on this.
All right, so Robin, what do you mean? So what were all those printed on? So like you said, either the 32 Hammermill or Paycon. Now, those of you that are in the UK, because I saw Tishan ask about that, I can't remember. Fran?
Is Fran there?
Did you figure out something that was similar? Or did Mo kind of let us know? I can't remember that exactly. Kylie may know. Kylie knows about some papers. Hey, Kylie, we found our carnival, and thank goodness that we did, because our other carnival wet strength paper is not going to be here until the 16th.
Yeah.
Well, it's coming from the UK, and I ordered a big thing of it because I'm like, well, if I'm going to place this order, I mean, it's not like you aren't going to use it, so there you go.
Yes. And the reason I want to have that, I love my deli paper. I really do love it.
Right.
But the problem is when you're, and I found this out when I was doing my Kierkegaard.
Yeah. Psst. Psst.
Oh, we're not supposed to talk about
She's letting out secrets.
When I was decoupaging, I discovered that it
You'll know
is
about that
not
coming up.
transparent enough for my liking.
Yeah. It's a little tricky.
And also,
What was I doing?
your book.
The last one. Yes. Blooms. Had a little trouble with some of that. It was a little tricky.
Yeah, it doesn't take the ink or the sprays.
No,
And
she's
when
back
you,
on it.
what?
Kylie says, I was going to ask if you still wanted some carnival paper sent because I thought that P had gone off it.
Oh, no.
She was off it a little bit.
I was off of it a little bit until I discovered this particular little.
Yes, quirkiness with
Yeah.
the deli paper. So everything kind of has its place. Deli prints are awesome to gel print with. You get crisp, awesome images.
Yes.
But if you plan on decoupaging with them, or if you want to use like the texture paste method, which I am a big fan of. Like, so what P does is she'll usually put the texture paste through the stencil, let that dry on there, and then I can apply it to the different places that I want it, and I can spray it or do whatever. Well, on top of the deli paper, it just isn't the same. I mean, I have to put tons of ink into it, number one, to even get it to absorb. And it just doesn't have quite that pop. Then, wherever you glue it down, it's kind of filmy looking. It just doesn't have that transparency.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you really want for that particular thing. Anyway, okay, now
Fantastic.
I'm done with that.
So, Tishan, you part of Makers? Hey, sorry, guys. I try to keep y'all, like, I try to know who's in there and all that. But Kylie will post in Makers the different papers. Oh, looky, there.
Oh,
Those are the
big
big
ones.
Those are some
Oh,
big
where
ones.
were they yesterday?
Well, they just got cut.
Oh.
They didn't exist.
Oh, I just love these so much.
These
Thank
are the
you,
new.
Brad. These are the new ones from a little bitty drawing,
Yeah.
from a little doodle. Mariah has my doodles and files, and she goes through them occasionally. Oh,
Oh.
losing.
Carrie says
Losing
he guesses
leaves.
he's now not packing carnival. Hey, don't. Go ahead and pack them. I mean, if you want to send it to us or bring it to us, I'd love it if you'd stop by and have some coffee with us or tea. We can make tea.
Oh yeah, I was
Just a little hop. It's just, one flight over from Chicago.
yeah.
I think it's a fairly quickish flight.
I don't know. I know once
I
that
flew once.
when Van was going back to Anchorage, they sent him to St. Louis first. I never did really understand that.
So Fran was on the phone with her husband. She heard her name. What's the question? We want to know what papers are similar to the 32-pound Hammermill. But I think Kylie's going to post some options in Makers. But if you have some options or want to tell us about that in the chat, it would be very much appreciated as well.
Yes, because that sort of just reinforces it.
Yeah.
If you have more than one person who's had experience with something, and it was a positive experience, I mean, that's a lot better than just, I mean, you can go online and read all those reviews, but that takes time.
Well, no, and it was a little bit of a, hey, trying to find ones that were similar to the 32-pound, because you can get the Hammermill there, but it's very expensive. And there's got to be something that's similar. Here's kind of the rundown of it. Anything that is going to be like a little bit of a higher quality, like presentation type paper or premium copy paper. It has a little bit of a finish to it. It's a little, what do you call that? It's the finish. It's smoother.
The texture,
Of
the
it.
final texture.
And it works both in inkjet and laser. So that has been our experience with it. So whatever's similar to that. Hey Brenda, I was wondering if you were coming today. Happy to see you.
All right, now the thing that
yeah.
I'm doing here is I'm emphasizing my circle, And I'm not going to emphasize this circle. In fact, I'm just going to kind of make that one go away. Because I really want the focus to be on this one right out here and not on this one over here at the side where it's taking you off the page. So I will just take and I would just kind of eliminate that one. And you'll see another one here in a minute on what I did. But that sort of creates that. Now, I've got this other place where there's a lot of contrast here. And what I'm going to do is just come in with my white and kind of make it a bit lighter. I'm not worried about this edge over here because this edge keeps turning you around. And I am going to go ahead and extend this out because this right here is what brings you back in here. It's a way on, a way off, and I can't remember who said that.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, it was some dude.
Some dude.
Kind of an irritating dude.
Some irritating artist dude.
Yeah, it's a good thing I can't remember his name.
He who shall not be named.
Yeah.
Because we can't remember.
Because I can't remember. So, all right, now you can see how that works. You either bring it forward or knock it back. Bring it forward or knock it back.
There you go.
Okay, done.
Done. I like it. Very nice.
Ooh, isn't that side
I
nice?
love that. I'm very much loving on some colors like that. Here, like,
all right, so
I like those colors.
Yes. I do too like those colors.
Oh, okay. So, Fran says she uses the color copy paper. It's not watercolor paper, but slightly slick. Comes in different weights. I have a thicker one, 230 GSM, and a thinner one at 160 GSM. She loves them. Okay. Can you post those, like what the brands are and whatnot, whenever you get a chance? No worries, in makers. I think that would be very helpful to you guys in the UK.
Goot Canuck. Okay. All I did here was just take my indigo and go around the edge and really have it. And in some of these instances where I wanted a more of a transparent, whatever, I went over it a little bit.
All right, so Maxine's asking, so the black brings it forward and the white knocks it back.
Yes, and I don't use black. I use indigo. Black is a color killer.
Yes.
Don't use black. Please, don't use
That's even true in digital. You know, when we put like a lot of times whenever I put a shadow on something, I don't use black. Because really, when you, and you can notice this most of all in the shadow, or in the light box, the shadows in there are going to be reflective of whatever it is. So they're going to have that color tone to them.
And even though it doesn't leap out at you, it's there. It is there. And I do use black, but very rarely. All right, so you remember last week.
Oh, Payne's Gray. That could be a good.
Yeah. My whole thing with Payne's Gray is it leans towards the blue end. Mm-hmm. So that's good. You counter it by using then either your Tuscan Red or your Black Cherry.
Gayla wants to know, what do you mean by color killer? It just, it takes the
It
color out.
sucks the color out. Now, I do use black. I do use black when I want to use line work or emphasis. And I mean, I have black on my cover when I find it. But do I use it to mix in with my colors? I do not, unless I want to get a dark green. I will do that. But I do not put black in to get shades of colors. I use the complement. It's just more interesting.
Yeah.
Now, there are lots of people who do use black, and you certainly can. It accomplishes something. I just don't personally like it.
Carrie even says, black screws with the color balance when editing digitals. Yes, that can be really hairy.
I think that you should go with the other. Number one, it just gives you a much more interesting color. Because the one that I mixed, and I probably can't find, I mixed what I call a black. But when I get it on the plate, it's really, it's a very dark purple.
Oh yes, it's most wonderful.
And I love that. And the reason I leave it at that, rather than putting the yellow in, which would be the complement of purple, is because that yellow is going to do the same thing that white would do. It's going to make it. Now, you can use some of the transparent yellows, like the nickel azo gold, which is transparent, if you want to brown it out. But boy, you're really working there with a fine balance, because what happens is you can go green so
quick.
So quick.
And then you're adding more red. And then you're like,
you just go back and forth until you've got a pot full of color here.
Yeah, and then Kylie makes a good point. Indigo tends not to be as flat as black.
Yes, I think indigo's a good color.
Yeah, because you have to think about, all right, how like a black hole kind of works. It sucks all light and takes everything in, and then nothing's getting out. But if you're putting other colors there, it's still radiating.
Yeah.
More interest and isn't just flat.
Yeah, this is the
That's
indigo.
That's a good point, Kylie.
Indigo right here.
She loves that one. She likes that a lot.
I do. And you're not bearing down on it, because the whole thing with colored pencils.
Well, you'll break your tip too.
Yeah, you will break your tip, but you're going to get a slick. Okay, there is a way, I have discovered this, that you can.
Do you guys want me to zoom in, or do you like kind of seeing everything there? You're doing some detailed work there, so I don't know.
Order yourself some of this stuff. I actually went over the entire. What did I do with that? Oh, I'm just losing it today, you know.
You didn't flag them.
I did. All right. I went over this whole thing with this clear texture gesso. And the reason I did is because I was having trouble getting some of these little areas here that I wanted. It was so slick, the paint, that I couldn't make it happen. Now, I'm not going to do this. I'll do this while I do murder movies, because that's too...
Murder movie work?
Yeah, it's murder movie work. Okay, and this kind of is too. But I wanted to show you how breaking up the circle can integrate it with whatever you have going on there. Sometimes I just like that circle out there. Just plop. But now this has relationships because it's green. It's repeating some of this same, because it was kind of a transparent color that I put on there. So there's a relationship between what I put down and what's already there.
That's right, Kylie. If the pencils are waxy, they need something to grab onto. And the acrylic paint is not always something that it can grab onto.
No, it isn't. Now, I have these that are highly textured.
It grabs onto everything.
Yeah.
Repels the paint.
It really does. I mean, I have to use super juicy paint to get it to even
Boy, we're
go on
dropping
there.
some knowledge today.
All right. So I'm just going to continue working on this and kind of bringing things forward, knocking things back. That's basically what I want to do.
All right, I'll name the stream that.
Bringing things forward and knocking them back. And remember this, the reason I had to do this was because when I used that copper, remember, it didn't sync up with what I already had here last week.
It almost blurred it out more.
It was way orangey. But now what I've decided is just on the interior of this to make this come up a little bit, and the other stuff to kind of go back. It's like it's glowing, an interior glow.
I like this page a lot too. And it was really a meh.
It really was. And it was just, but I don't even worry about that anymore. All right, now you saw this one last week too. What I did was I just circled some of the circles because that's what I really wanted to emphasize here, of the silver. That's it.
That's exactly right, Carrie. So for many years, he used a white card to bounce his light with his photography. However, a few years ago, he started using colors of cards that were found in the subject matter. It really is subtle but fabulous. because it makes sense and your eye goes, "Ooh, that's warm and pretty," versus just either, kind of blowing it out or, just, again, dulling.
Yes, yes, very much so. All right, now all I did on this was take the indigo and I just went through the circles to kind of reinforce the background, because some of them kind of, it was a little bit more opaque than I wanted it to be. Remember when I did it?
Boy, that's making it almost feel like a fabric fold.
Oh, I
Look
didn't
at that,
think,
yeah.
yeah. But, again, I'm not making a hard line there. I'm blending that out enough that it makes you wonder, okay, what's on top and what's underneath?
Yeah, it's crinkled.
It's going to make you stop a little bit and look at it. And isn't that what we want? We want people to say, oh, this is worth a little extra time here. Let me see now what happens. What's going on here? And I think it doesn't have to be the 2-before. Whack over the head. Oh my goodness, I bent that up. Okay.
Oh, and hello, Leanne. Yes.
All right, now here I am with this one again. And what I did last night was I knocked back the blue with some orange. You can see it right there.
Oh,
Can you see it?
I love Susan has she's a lot like Anne with how she describes things. I've noticed that. It creates harmony. The impressionists bounced colors off each other to make them sing.
Harmony. I love it. Oh, that's beautiful. Can you write that down for me? And I would like to use that in a quote.
We're quoting you, Susan.
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
I'm copying it.
If you made that up, I will use that. But I will write your name down. Okay, so I really, I had a lot going on here, and what I wanted was I wanted you to look here. I'm telling you, this is where I want you to look. So what did I do to do that? Well, I knocked back a lot of the higher chroma turquoise with the orange. I think it was orange. I can't remember. I think that was, this is actually Poppy.
Toppy.
Not Poppy, Toppy. I mean Poppy, not, yeah.
It's poppycock.
All right, I'm not even going, and you don't need to do it very strongly, but see how that opposite color is taking that turquoise back just a tad and making it go into the background ever so slightly. Then I come over here to this dude and I find
This dude.
I'm going to really bring this up, this blue, because this is where I want you, the whole idea of the circle journal. This is where I want you to look. All right, enough about that. I think everybody got that.
Oh, she's made that up from other lessons she has learned. All right.
Well, you need to write it down. I think it's a marvelous quote.
I wrote it down.
You did. Very
I did.
good. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 circles here. I only want 3 because I like the idea of 3. So I need to make this one go away. And I'm not making it go away. I'm just making it go a little bit away. And kind of knocking it back there so that you know that that really isn't where I want you to look. Then I want to decide, okay, which one of these do I really want most of the emphasis on? Well, it's already this one. And I kind of like this one because I think this gives you an on and around. Can you see the lines here? Down here, and then you come around. Because you want to give people a path. It's like signage. You're going to look at the area where you have the most contrast and the most detail. So that's, that's
Marianne.
basically what I'm doing here. The higher the contrast, the more that you're going to look. And it will just let people know. Okay, now I am going to do one more thing.
Gayla would like to put a little version of you on her desk to guide her in her work.
Oh,
I don't know if you want that. She'd make a heck of a mess, and she doesn't really necessarily clean up after herself.
Rude. Rude, rude.
Now maybe if she's
rude.
just ahead, she could just give you the knowledge. But otherwise, she takes over spaces. I mean this in the nicest, most lovely way. Even when she used to come visit, I'm like, oh God, she would explode. But I would contain her to a room.
She would say, Mother, you're expanding. I found some of your
necklaces are downstairs on the kitchen counter.
I would usually have a suitcase just devoted to just my.
Yeah, that's usually the little tiny, extremely heavy one. Of the jewelry.
I got it. I got this suitcase at Goodwill, and it was just the best ever.
Is that the one that you spray painted?
No, this is the little turquoise one that had the kind of binding on the edge. It was very sturdy.
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the little green case.
It's kind of green. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's kind of green. Okay, now do you remember this?
Oh, here, hold on. We got a question. P, what about the circle in the top left? How do you handle that?
Oh, right up there? Well, that needs to go away a little bit more. It's see this color I've got down here? It's just going to require a lot of back and forth. And this is where you want to just do this really, really lightly. If it gets to be too much, you can cover it again with your, I just put that away, this clear texture gesso, and go over it so that I can match this corner to this corner. I'll just do that right
And
now.
I think the Mont is very reasonably priced, and it was one of our favorites.
It really is. Now, I'm telling you, there's another person that does this, and I don't mention her because I think her products are ridiculously priced for what you get. And it's just a little, you know, it's like Nike. If they want me to advertise and buy their stuff, then they need to be paying me.
Well, Montmartre isn't.
Well,
You think it's reasonable?
it's reasonable. Now, because this is kind of, this finish isn't so terribly shiny and slick, I probably don't need to, and I might go ahead and just give this a little.
Aw, Darcy said she ordered that after watching the comparison video.
Yeah.
See, hey, Darcy, if you post that in Makers, post your little picture of the gesso, or if you use it in a video, then you can get a, you can put the video link to the PM video. That's the clear gesso comparison video.
And I'll just go ahead and go over these because I might want to do some more there, you know. And if you are using, and I'm going to show you in just a minute, a very glossy surface. I'm going to put this aside so I don't stick it to something else. Now, can you see what's happening a little bit there where I went over it with that sort of, I think it was this one, Scarlet. It's turning a little bit more pink than I want it to. I'm not even concerned about that. Okay, one quick thing that you
Hey,
can
Ricky,
do
I'm so glad you're here.
if you want to continue using your brush but you don't have any water is you can take your baby wipes and do this, and it gets most of that. And this is a craft brush anyway. So,
Thought you were about to say something.
oh, actually, this is a pretty good one. Hello, Cornell, Mom. I don't know. Anyway, it'll be fine. All right, now, all I did here was just take my Tuscan Red and Indigo.
Here, this is a pretty good little tip from Kathy. She says, when I know something isn't quite right and I can't figure out what I need to do, she uses a transparent colored plastic sheets. They help me see what is missing and what is needed and out about. So do you have like a square around it, or need to see a picture of that, Kathy?
Yeah, can you?
Put that in Makers. We'd love to see
I
that.
really, I love that idea.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
it
Susan.
works especially well when you're dealing with transparent color. I mean, I think that would be a lovely thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this has been textured with the cups and saucers. I don't know what they're called. What are they called?
Oh, cups, caps, and bowls.
Cups, caps, and bowls. So there's actual texture there, and that makes it a little tricky when you're doing pencil work because you come along and you go bump, but you can work around it.
Oh, Tishan says, I guess if you're using a matte acrylic, the pencil can grip more. Yes.
Yes.
Like a craft, like especially like on the craft paints and things, because they're more chalky.
Yes, absolutely.
But these ones that, especially once you've gone into the transparency, there's going to be more medium in them. They're going to be slicker. So then that, yes, the clear gesso is a good solution.
These are really slick.
That was a good, thank you for pointing
and
that out.
shiny. And I'll show you in a minute. Oh, here, look. This is it. All right. Didn't I do the leaves the other day?
Yes, at the very end of our 3-hour.
Okay. Well, so after I was through with the leaves, I thought, well, dadgummit, I can't use this in my little art book because it doesn't have any circles on it. So all I did was, you know, the innards that you get when you order. This is the inner circle of
Oh, like the
donuts.
nests.
It's not the donuts, it's just the circles.
Okay.
It's the ones that don't have anything.
The circle washers.
Okay. So I just took it and put it down
those
and
are very round.
traced around it. Then I took my texture gesso and I just colored in that circle.
Oh, Christy says, I've used red cellophane placed over artwork to see her values. There's a trick I learned years ago.
Oh, I kind of remember something about that sometime. I mean, you know, it's all coming back to me. But yes. It's kind of like night vision goggles.
Okay, Britta says, forget anything metallic or expensive paint. Yes. So, well, and, you know, so that's where the clear gesso comes into play. It works in really nicely. And then if it just so happens, because a lot of times it will happen, that if you put it over something very metallic, it's going to dull it out.
It is, and that's what I wanted to happen here, because if you see what I did is I went over this with and I didn't get enough paint off, so it covered more than I wanted it to.
Which metallics will do that.
Yeah, it will. And this is the pansies.
Save those Easter basket papers. That is very good, Brenda. That is so true.
But anyway, I think this is very interesting. I think you get some different get some different feelings there. All right, this was, I put the leaves on top, and I love this contrast.
Speaking of Easter baskets, I told her this was very Eastery. Because it kind of has a basket feel. Plus then the little eggs have rolled out.
Yeah, and all I did was I just used the Tuscan red and to come around the edge here. And the reason is because I had some smushy marks here that I did not like, because I think one of the things that's important is to recognize that your print, if it needs to be clean, it needs to be clean. If it's smushy, that's okay. But none of this in between thing. So I just made it look, and I think it's kind of cool because it really grounds it. But I left that little bit showing so that it pulls your eye around.
All right, I like this. Okay, so Tishan says, gosh, all the tricks, tips from P&M plus chat. This is educational. You can't buy. That's right. Or you can if you want to be a part of Arty Perks. We'd very much appreciate that. That is one way to support this whole business. But that's okay, too. All right. Then Anne says she has a pair of glasses with red lenses that are made for quilters to assess value. There you go. That way you don't have to look for it. Although if you just keep them on top of your head, your glasses are on top of your head.
Yeah, and you don't know where they are because you can't see them.
There you go. And then Marcia says, do you need to set the pencil or will it not rub off? Well, these are Prismacolors, so they're not really going to...
Yeah, I think that they're pretty much... Now, I can go over these. The reason I hesitate sometimes to use... I might use a spray if I'm worried about them being fugitive. But I'm not going to paint something on them, especially the Mod Brush, because they stick together.
Yes.
And then we have problems. So it has to be something that is going to dry and not create a very sticky surface. And Mod Podge is very sticky.
Melinda loses her glasses on her face all the time.
Well, fortunately, I would do that. But I can't see well enough to...
Yeah, it's...
Yeah. Okay, now this one, I don't know if you remember, it was just pink.
Mm-hmm.
So then I I was doing something else, and this was what was left on the plate, and I just put it down there and got it up. And then I thought, well, you know, that's not very interesting. So I had some left over from this when I was doing something else, and I just used that. And really, I just did very little pencil work here.
Brad just pink splatted the chat.
He just what?
Pink, you know, the P, the little pink P splat. There's a lot of pink. Yeah. I love it. Mo, look away.
But I've countered it with this lovely green here. Now, come on, give me a little.
Yes, I love, Wayne, you know I love that green.
I think that's absolutely stunning. And isn't that a lovely one? Mm-hmm. I might have to put this in the one where you take it out and look and hold it.
Oh, it's that good, huh?
I think so. Mm-hmm. Alrighty, now here we go with leaves again. This is a 5-layer print.
Yeah.
And the last layer was, again, I put the circle down, traced around it, colored it, or painted it with the Montmartre, and then painted it with the, I think this. Yeah. And what is kind of cool is this is the iridescent-y stuff, but it's not terribly iridescent-y because the underneath color is the Montmartre, which is the matte textured gesso. So it has a little bit of that, but it's not.
Right.
I mean, I think that this is really a stunning print. I think it's quite nice. And I've done no colored pencil to this at all. And I love that side. And I love that little occlusion over there. All right, now we're getting down to some things that I haven't done anything to that I want to do something to. All right, this is very flat. Mm-hmm. I would like to give it just a bit of definition without making or taking away from what is there. That should always be your consideration. What did I do with my...
Now, I did put, because they are available in the shop, so the little swirly bits that, you know, Brad came out and showed the big ones, and then the ones that were used in those last couple of prints there, I put that in the chat for you guys if you want to check those out. They are now available. This is when I miss Mo, because she's on top of those. Like, I mean, she drops those links like nobody's business. I like that.
But she's not with us on Sunday because of the time thing.
Yes. Well, she has a thing that's always on Sunday.
All right, now can you see as I go around here, I'm hitting the places where there's already that other design underneath. So I'm not trying to obliterate. This is where you want your pencil to be very sharp. See what that tiny little bit, I mean, I can go back and hit it some more, but just a suggestion of a shadow there can sometimes do the trick.
That's funny.
What?
Oh, she told her, why did the middle-aged chicken cross the road? To find the glasses on their head. Yeah.
Oh, Izzy she goes through those chicken things.
Oh, Brad wants to zoom in. I don't know if I have any more zoom. Hold on, I might be at my full zoom in. Yeah, it has said that's it. That's all I get, and I'm not moving the camera because that's the other option.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm again. I don't want to make it seem like it's so I'm not going to do anything else. What I could do is I could come through on this and add some highlights in the white area, but in order to do that, because this is so slick, I'm going to have to gesso it.
Oh, and Christy Hartman, Deco Art has interference paint colors in their fluid line. I'm wondering if they are like the ones he uses. Deco Art says, yes, I think that they are very similar, I would assume. Most of them are.
We just bought these because they were cheap.
Yeah, because there was like 16 of them versus
and we weren't at all sure that we were going to love it. And it was like, well, we can always give them to Izzy.
Yeah, she would definitely. Yes. Oh, and then Acme Post. Yes, sorry, 1 second. Hello and welcome. Is there something else we should call you, Acme? Way back, you probably said what payout are you using for the clear? Oh, I guess you're talking about the clear gesso, which is the Mart. I struggle with that.
Montmartre.
Yeah.
I think you just
Mama.
you just swallow it. That's what I say about French. You just swallow it.
Have you ever been talking on your cell phone while simultaneously looking at your cell phone? Yes. I have actually done that.
What is it?
Looking for my phone while talking on my phone. Because I wanted to look at something that was on my phone.
Oh. Now, I don't know that I can do that much here, and I probably don't want to use my texture paste, my texture gesso, because I'm going to lose the metallic. So that's just going to have to remain.
Oh, Carrie has a very good point. I think it is a natural thing for P, but it might be important to mention that the angle at which you hold your pencil alters the results.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that.
See, yeah. If you've been doing something for a long time, it's hard to think about just the basic things that are gonna, yes.
Yeah, it's really important to keep your pencil sharp too. Okay, now I can show you here. And when I really like to kind of use a little bit of that and go in a circle. Thank you for reminding me about that.
I'm telling you, our people, they're keeping us in.
And then I'm sharpening up that tip when I do that, because then I can hold it right up there and I can get right in there and make that as absolutely crisp as I want it to be. And I usually just, it's so subtle that you don't, and here, let's use this one. This is a good one.
Those of you that are popping in, welcome. So glad you're here. Give the thumbsy upsies. We appreciate it.
This is a special case, and this is a little bit textured, but not terribly textured. And this is, I'm going to go back to my, where is my Tuscan Red?
So that was part of your top trio. Tuscan Red, the Indigo, and White.
Yes. And this is terracotta. Okay, well, that'll work.
Or terracotta.
I'm just going to come in here and kind of, because it's like, okay, so what is on top? Well, I'm going to show you what's on top just by what I'm going to do here. Very, very lightly. Nothing major here. And I would be using my Tuscan Red, but I can't find it. And I just want to get on with it. But can you see what's happening here? I mean, just that little bit. Just that tiny little bit. And that's what carries. And this is why I don't care what video you watch. There's going to be something there that you come away with that either reminded you of what you already knew, or it's new. And you're going, huh. And sometimes it's like this really silly, simple stuff that, everybody's going like, well, duh. And I'm going like, yeah, duh. And it's...
Some people call those aha moments.
Yeah.
Revisited.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Makes you feel really good twice.
Yes. It's like leftovers.
Oh, that's funny. That made me chuckle.
Okay. I think that this here...
Oh, those are the nested.
Yes.
Oh, here, see, this, I'm telling you, this is where Mo, excels above and beyond even myself. She will drop some product links. I just feel like, it's over in the shop. But you guys probably
Now,
want
this
to know
is
this.
Sienna Brown, and I keep grabbing that, and I don't know where. Why can't I find my...
And those are the little ones.
Yes. Tuscan Red. Here it is.
She really needed that.
I really, 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 really needed that. Because it is just such a good companion piece here. And I'm really trying to make this one kind of here in, you know, the middle. Because it just kind of presented itself as the focal point. Anyway. And you should just, you know, kind of go with that.
You should double most. I know.
What is it?
She never wants anything, though, usually. I try to give her things. Mo, she's so sweet.
She is. She's
Oh, there, Brad got it. I got it, too.
What is it?
Brad and I are double working here. There we go.
All right.
Ah, awesome. And Judy has popped in our Facebook group. If you guys are not a part of the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group, you should be, because that's where all of these lovely folks hang out. We have all kinds of fun things happening. How are you guys coming along with your June projects? I am done with the project, not the videos, but you know, that's a whole other thing.
I added another layer.
This thing, I don't really even.
I
it's
really,
a collection of something.
nothing falls off when I do this.
So, can be shaken and stirred.
But I do think I'm going to add one more. I have to wait so long for it to dry. I mean, you know, out here in the middle, it kind of bellies up, and I know it's not dry. So I believe it is dry enough that I can get another coat on. All right, now, are you kind of seeing what's happening here? Isn't this lovely?
Jackson Pollock, Brenda says. Yes. I think of your
Look
June
at this.
project.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh,
definitely.
it's right behind my head. You got to either move it down or to the side. The thing that you're trying to show is directly behind me. They're not seeing it.
Oh, dadgummit.
You're looking so...
I'm looking so pleased with myself.
Yeah,
How about that?
Yeah, it's better.
Look at that.
There you go. It's on one of those little miniature spinners.
Spinners.
A mini Susan.
It's a mini Susan.
She ain't lazy. We're not going to talk about her like that. She works.
Hey, she works and she works. She do work good.
Yes. It's been June for 5 days now. Yes. Hey, tomorrow is Brad's birthday.
Did we get him a cake?
No.
I'm always excited about birthdays because there's
Hey,
this
she likes cake.
one cake that I really like. It's called a tuxedo cake. Remember that one, Mariah?
Yeah, I like the tuxedo.
But do you think that would be Brad's favorite?
I don't know. Brad's going to let us know what kind of cake he wants.
Because everybody gets, that's what I choose.
I like the Central Market, just the plain birthday cake. Like, it's my most favorite.
Yeah, I'm not right, you know. It's okay. Geez, I can choke it down, obviously.
She ain't, gonna refuse it.
Okay, I'm just, right now I'm getting a slick. I can feel it, and you'll feel it when you try to make a mark there and nothing happens.
Oh, Brenda says that this looks very much like a paper she worked on last night.
Oh. We'll put it in Makers. And see, there's Friends.
Aw, Brad's getting the birthday love.
All right, I'm not going to belabor that. You
No.
can just, yeah, I think that's done.
I like that one.
I do too. All right, right off the bat, I'm just going to come in here and really, this area where it's kind of started, it's already highlighted itself. You know, that's always good. That gives you an indication of where you should start. You know, just go with it.
I bought him a grill one year, but we want him to have a birthday so we can have cake.
Yes.
He doesn't like to celebrate the birthday so much.
Well, I don't either now.
I used to love it. I had a birthday month.
Okay, now
Hey,
I don't.
Patty.
I'm going to just try to get rid of this little white here because it's just, you know, it's not like it's horrible or anything, but it really just distracts.
Mm-hmm. It brings you away, even though it is there in the center. It actually distracts you from the actual,
Yes.
the actual.
Yeah.
thing.
Okay, coming in with my Tuscan red. It's such, look at that. Now, I mean, come on.
That's funny.
Give me some love. Give me some love. Look at that. And go over those little things out there. And see how I'm moving my pencil? I'm not,
Yeah.
and I'm holding it far enough back that I'm not tempted to really, bear down on it.
It also allows you to see what you're doing if you're backed up off of it.
This is very true. This is very true. And you don't get yourself into the point where you're just, you're making an oil slick right away. You don't want to do that. It's not a good thing.
See, Chris loves some kid's birthday cake too. That was always my dad too. He's like, we'd ask him what kind of cake. It's his birthday cake. As long as it was birthday cake, the cheap stuff.
Now, I'm really not into that. I don't
funny.
I don't like, when you take
Yeah,
a
that
bite and the
filming.
frosting kind
I
of
don't
glosses
like
over your teeth and you feel like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not into that. I want some.
I will scrape the frosting off because it's just too much.
I'm into more wonderful fillings and although the whole thing with lemon, if you're gonna use lemon, it's a bit like I don't know, just go light with it. Lemon is a very strong.
Yeah.
Boy, we had these cookies the other day, and I mean, they must have dropped that dadgum pot of stuff in there because it was like, it was just lemon.
Mm-hmm.
And
Gail loves lemon pudding cake. Karen, hello, welcome. Go ahead, ask your question. I'm loving what you're doing there. And it was also said that the red donut looks so Japanese to Fran.
oh, this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it does look Asian.
Yeah.
I think you're getting that too from, this up here. Now, what I may want to do, because it would be also my circle part, the other thing is, if you are working on a large piece and you don't want to be getting your skin oils on it, you can you need another paper there. Now, I'm holding this out enough, and this already has something on it, a surface on it. So it's not, but raw paper,
Oh, yeah, because it gets oily.
it gets
and-
oily and you're going to be angry.
Yeah, I can remember that from when I was doing.
But just to give a tiny little bit of emphasis here to what is already here,
Yeah, I'm digging on that.
and I'm probably not going to do all of them, just this one here.
And welcome to those of you that are coming in. Do let us know that you are here in the chat. Otherwise, I don't know who you are, and I'd love to say hello. Do give the thumbsy upsies at this point in time. We very much appreciate it.
Yes, we would. And if you're not a member of Makers,
Yes.
I can't imagine why, but you need to get over there, because I'm telling you what, that's where a lot of stuff, and I apologize because I've been working hard on my circle because Mariah's been nagging me.
Well, and
She's
we're trying to.
like, oh my God, what week is this?
Well, I did warn everyone it was going to be a while.
and we knew that from the get-go, because if this is like a volume, and actually I think it's going to be 2 volumes.
Well, right now, Kieran, so you have to keep in mind that these are monoprints. They've all been monoprinted both front and back on the gel print, gel plate. Sorry.
And I haven't really counted them yet.
Yeah, that too. So the majority of color is coming from that. She's simply using the colored pencils now to come in and add definition, or even possibly knock some things back, things of that nature. That's the pencil work is more for fine detailing, or knocking some stuff out of there so you don't see it.
Yeah. I really don't have the patience to. I love colored pencil art. I think it's marvelous, and whatnot. But I sort of use them just as my closer.
Yes, Karen, for this particular what P is doing, you want to go kind of lightly and just work the area and get what you want either defined or knocked back. Right now she's defining because she's using the indigo.
Yeah.
Did I catch all that? See, I was listening.
And I do like that little bit of sparkle there, and I want to take this little highlight thing kind of across here.
Oh, I like that.
Because it creates that sort of motion. And maybe even give it just a tiny bit here that this is coming forward and that's going back. Because that's basically what you're doing here. But you want to keep some areas a little bit more subtle than others.
Right.
You don't just want to. And this streak here kind of bothers me.
Oh, it doesn't me. I kind of like it. It sort of takes you off the page. What you should do is bring in some orange or something and get the one on the very edge, your border there, because then that'll stop it. Yes, that right there. That's exactly. Oh, thanks, Judy. And she gave us a peach. You're a peach. Love you.
Oh, we have the peach truck coming. The Georgia peach truck.
These people and their peaches. You need to be using some that are already in the freezer. We need to bring those to the top. Yeah, I know. I know. The whole conversation. Just had it myself.
It hurts my fingers looking for the stuff in that.
And yes, you do use different colors. P was saying earlier on in the stream that ideally for this type of work to have the 3 different ones, which is the indigo, Tuscan, and white. Extra whites because you will use those to blend out things more so than the others.
And cherry is a good one too.
These are Prismacolors.
Yes, these are Prismacolors.
So you don't have to buy the big sets.
No.
If you're doing this type of work, you really only kind of need, like what she's holding in her hand there, 2 whites, a Tuscan, and you got 2 indigos there, or what you got going on there?
No, I just pulled it out.
There you go.
That was the cherry, which seems to be something that I, kind of, I'm liking this motion. I like this. I'm gonna leave it.
All right. Thank you, Judy. And yes,
I really appreciate all these comments coming in from people because it's reminding me of things that I knew, but
you just don't think to talk about.
Yeah, don't think to talk about. I love this, and I love it just like it is. And I was afraid of that. I'm not going to be able to get that much definition without coming in, and it's slick. Can you see the shimmer? When you see that, you know that if you want to do some pencil work, you're probably not going to get anything. Now, I could get some areas where I am defining it very slightly with this, but it's very slick. So if I wanted to do anything and really get some more highlights going on there, I need to come in with my Montmartre textured gesso. And
I love it that you make it sound so posh.
Montmartre.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching the French.
She's been working on her French accent.
And I'll tell you what, it's the Italians and the French. They have intimate encounters, but they're not like...
Yeah.
And they kind of, leave you off and you get the idea. They suggest it rather than, beating you over the head with the actual...
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to say anything because we created a whole bot situation.
Yeah. Anyway, so this middle one that you see here, I think that's Arty Squiggles, which is in a set. I can't remember what goes around. That's right. It's in the what goes around set. Oh, German chocolate cake. Yeah.
Oh, I love German. I used to make
Brad's
German.
a fan of the German chocolate, right, Brad?
I love German chocolate.
Hi, Shannon. So glad you're here. Or were you here earlier? Sorry, it was that yesterday. See, it runs together. I'm sorry. I feel terrible when I say that.
But I just think that this could... It's interesting like it is, but I think when I come in and do a few more things hither and yon, it's just going to be that much more interesting.
Kylie says Montmartre is a wonderful place to visit.
Oh, I would imagine so.
I'll tell you what, when we go on our tour, we're going to pick up some people, and they're going to come with us.
Okay.
We're going to have enough money for all of that.
Yes.
When we win the lottery. The big one.
the big one. Okay, again, I don't want to define this really strongly, but in certain areas I want to kind of bring it home and give it an edge.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Because right now it's kind of like it was fading.
Yeah, and I think I can make it, the edge, a little bit more interesting just simply because I've kind of got these other things going on here anyway. These little...
Oh, Colleen. I wish there was that much thought. So she says, since these are mono printed on both sides, does it make it harder to line up your book journal since you could line up by color family, but the other side isn't composed in alike colors?
That's a really good point. I'm really glad that you brought that up because, yeah, it does create some...
It's tricky.
It's tricky, but here's the thing.
But it's tricky to rock around and rock around this time. It's tricky.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What I try to do when I do this is I wouldn't put these two pages together.
No.
I would find something that was either, okay, this would be, see? Look at that.
Oh, that's so nice.
Because really, that's what you're looking at when you open the book.
That one gave me goosebumps.
Did it?
This is why this one's beautiful. And man, she couldn't have lined that up better. You've got the complementary colors there going on. Hardcore. Awesome. Then you have the repetition of the fluffy, lovely pinkness that flows right from, the one to the other. There could be some suggestive things there too, which is also a little bit funny to me. I like that. It makes me chuckle. I can't wait to hear what Mo has to say about all this. But Artie squiggles and donuts, they belong together. They're all, circular things.
Yeah.
I love that.
This is a little more linear, circular, but
Yeah.
it's still the circular there.
Hey, and I think there's even some sea crescents there or something. I don't know what those. No, it's the Artie, or not the Artie trio. It's the 3-ring circus. They're in the middle, I think.
It is. It is. Oh, I need to emphasize that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to that one. And see, I can do this one. And I don't want to go over all of it, but look at that. Isn't that cool how it just kind of... You have the continuation even though it doesn't continue.
Oh, even Susan, she says, yes, complementary colors, secondary and tertiary, analogous, lots of ways to arrange this. Did I read that the way that you were? I felt it. I still got goosebumps. I'm very excited about this. This gets me excited. I like it when the book's coming together. That also excites me.
She just wants to get it out of the way.
Melinda says she loved your face when you caught the suggestive image.
Suggestive. Mm-hmm. We mustn't say any words here.
Now, this is also why I love doing the spiral bound books, because you can mess with them until you, and you can even take them apart if it
yeah, actually, I messed with mine the other day when I got it down and looked at it.
Did you move some things around?
No, what you do is, it's nice because you can isolate a page.
Yeah.
You can put all of it over here and just have this out here. And
they photograph beautifully. I love them in the box because you can stand them up. I can put the one page, which is great. This is for people that, photograph their stuff and you want to show all of it. I fought with those darn, those one books. I had to clamp them down. I could never get them right in the box. And I don't love those. You can make really cool shots of all of the spiral bound, into a circle. They're just really cool. You can set them up on their side. You can turn them, with the spiral part at the top. They're just really fun books to engage with on many levels.
I just like them, and I get them down every now and then when I feel like, oh man, what am I going to do now? And I mean, it's just like it gets you going, because I mean, can you not look at something like this and go, oh man, I need to try that again. That worked really well. Or, boy, I need to work on that a little bit.
Okay, Fran she says, I only have Derwent Burnisher and Derwent Blender. and 4 Prismacolors. Black cherry, dark purple, mulberry, and raspberry. Those are some good ones.
Those are some good ones.
You need an indigo.
You do need that blue, Fran. You really honestly do.
Because now the Derwent burnisher, I think that's the
I don't know
blender thing, isn't it? Isn't that what that is?
What is that? I don't know what that is.
Oh, and then the Derwent blender. Yeah, I don't know what those are. I mean, I kind of do from when we were looking at them, but I don't remember. There we go.
Yeah, we got the cheap. We didn't. It wasn't cheap, but I mean, we got the set where there was not. We didn't get very many pencils.
Yeah.
And I do like them.
Carla's still on cake. I am too. I'm very hungry, and I want cake. I've been wanting cake for like the last 3 days. Brad wouldn't let me get cake the other day when we went to the store. I looked at the cake. He says, "Yeah, we don't need that." Fair enough. Need and want, two different things.
What does that have to do with anything? Certainly never ever. Okay, well, now I'm using the tip, and I apologize because I know that you probably can't see, but just this little bit around the edge here, I mean, look what a difference it's making.
Yeah, Fran, I think that, if you just get a white and an indigo, then you will be, I think that set that you've already got will work well.
Yeah, because the mulberry
is going to be close.
Is very much like the cherry. I don't know if I have mulberry or not. Mulberry might just be a little bit lightweight. I'm not sure.
Oh, there you go. Melinda says, if Prismacolor is too expensive, they have a student line called Scholar. Hey, weren't those oil pastels? That's what they were.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now, they're still not going to be. It isn't the same animal. You're not going to have that wonderful waxy Prismacolor thing on the on those. But you know, I say just buy the 4 in open stock.
Yeah.
And look at that. Isn't that? I mean, I think that's really starting to be quite nice.
The donut is appearing. It's coming into focus. Enhance. It's a joke. We always think it's funny that, like in the movies, that they have this awesome technology. Although these days they probably do. But when it first started out in like the movies, you know, and they'd be like, enhance that. And it's like super pixelated and all that. And you're like, you know, you ain't coming back from that. It's digital humor, I suppose. Let me know in the chat if you think.
I don't even know what she's talking about. This is rambling noise in the background, you know, like a fan or something.
Shannon says, Prismacolor are my favorite pencil, even though the leads break easily and sometimes they completely pull out of the pencil. I can't tell you. You know, the if you've got bookbinding tape, what you do is you tape the end and you shove that thing back in there. That's how to fix that. It's true. Yes. So she can forgive them for all their flaws because they're awesomely blendy. They are.
Yeah, I've tried, and I can't remember what. Verithin is the other Prismacolor that we used to use when I was helping with the high school students, the scholarship students down in Junction. That's what they would use.
Yeah, see, Anne understands. It's similar to watching a war movie with a military veteran. A plane can't do that. They took off at an F-16 and landed in F-15. It's also like watching teaching movies with teachers. My dad was the worst, especially if it was a math movie. Not that there's a ton of those, but it was not fun. You remember that? Anytime any kind of math stuff would come up, he's like, no.
I was just
or
like,
he would be
oh
looking at, like, if they're, writing out stuff on the chalkboard, and he's like, that isn't right. Like, I think it's just there for, dramatic purposes or,
Well, and
Yeah.
I can't say anything because I feel the same way about, people talking about art or,
Yeah.
I try not to do that because it really is.
Oh, Fran wants to know how do you spell Verathin. V-E-R-A-T-H.
No, Verithin. Verathin. I think that is the brand name of the student grade of art pencils.
Oh, if the color isn't perfectly centered, the pencil will never sharpen right.
No, that, yeah, I don't, I mean,
That makes sense.
I did have trouble finding colored pencils here not too terribly long ago.
Yeah, there was a time where we were like, is that ever going to deliver?
Yeah. Did I work on this one?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, so.
It feels like the other one. I think you should find something different. That's my feeling.
Yeah, okay, I will.
Are we going to find one for the cover? Are we going to,
Oh, you want to work on the cover? Oh, no, I'm going to do a whole new process on the cover.
Oh.
That's going to,
are you
I
going
got
to
to
gel
get rid of
print?
it. Yeah.
Oh, well, of course. I mean, we can't have a stream without gel printing.
But I'm going to do something that I haven't done before.
Okay.
That's kind of in your
What?
oeuvre.
Oh, weird. As she has been watching Frenchie murder movies. Oh, bye, are you heading out, Carrie? I know he's not feeling well. Thank you all. Okay. Sorry, kind of moved fast.
Oh,
My
and I
eyeballs
wanted to
are
bring
driving me
this
crazy
one
today.
back now that I've got this. Oh, I'll do that later.
Yeah. You kind of covered what you were going to be doing.
I
there.
think I did. Yeah. Don't want to lose.
That was funny.
Lose my stencils.
Brad.
I want to lose my stencils.
Comedic stuff. in
Isn't
the
that
chat.
just the cutest little bugger there? And
Oh, very thin R for detail work rather than coloring.
Yeah. Yeah, because they hold their point a lot. They're harder.
Oh, look at us all learning things.
Isn't that wonderful? I just think that's wonderful. I need one of these for each one of my color
Got like
pencils.
a cat.
Okay. Now,
Bye, Gail. Thanks for hanging.
everybody's leaving?
No, they're not leaving. Just some people.
Oh, they got things to do and people to see. I understand that. All right. Well, I've
Leave the
got...
chat up or leave the stream up and running if you're just leaving the house. Just let it keep going.
Yeah. Then you can thumbs up it when you get home.
That's right.
They don't know that you're there.
Yeah.
Looking at me knowing something. Well, actually, I think sometimes that they do. They just check in,
Okay. Oh, okay. Fiona's bugbear are background plants. Wrong continent. Wrong period in history. Truly nerdy. Oh, that is. I appreciate that about you, though, Fiona.
What is it?
Hers is background plants. Knowing the wrong continent, wrong period in history.
Oh.
Those plants wouldn't exist, or you're not in the right place.
Oh. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
sometimes knowledge is kind of a bummer because you're just going, dadgummit, that is not
you're
how. And then
focusing on the wrong-
you can't even
Yeah.
know what's going on in the movie or whatever because you're just so fixated on that one little thing. Like, they've
Welcome to
got
my
this
life.
all wrong.
Welcome to my life. That's how I feel a lot of times about a lot of things because I'm very sound.
All right.
And
I don't know that this is going to make a big, huge bit of difference, but I'm going to get rid of this metallic. I don't want it there anymore.
I guess color race are not the right ones. I don't know. COL erase. Slash erase. Are not the right ones. I don't know.
I don't know that. I don't know that. And I'm just going to put down some, I think, can I get
Aw, Shannon has us running in the
piece?
on her TV all the time, just in the background while she's puttering around.
Oh,
Thanks, Shannon.
yeah, no kidding.
We appreciate that.
Look at that. Boy, that's a pretty tight fit, but I think I can do it. We'll have some semblance of, the front and the back are from the same batch. And you can see this plate is just disgusting. I'll tell you what, I love this Winsor Newton paint. Was this really expensive?
I don't know.
I asked Mariah because she's the one that orders it.
Well, I feel like all of it's a bit pricey, but you know, we justify it because we're, you know, helping others. That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
Well, number one, I'd love it if you would straighten that plate up a little bit so then I don't have to try to do that.
Is that
here.
good?
Yes, and then I'm going to back out a little bit since you got the big plate going.
Well, I didn't really realize that until just now, but this is good because I can do both of them at the same time.
I do think that, oh, yeah, I gotta go the other way. What am I trying to say with my brain? I'm trying to do two things at once here. I think those were on sale when I got them. And I believe they came from Jerry's Artorama. If you are here in the States, Jerry's Artorama, even though we don't have an affiliate or anything, call me Jerry. Is like the best pricing here lately. Used to be Jackson's, but their shipping went...
Joe's.
Oh, and Cheap Joe's.
And I liked him because he used to send me stickers.
Oh, he does send stickers. Didn't
But
last time,
didn't the last couple of times. I guess maybe their budget's getting a little...
Yeah.
You know, this...
Send us some stickers, we're happy.
Okay, now isn't that a lovely color?
It's very peachy.
Very peachy.
Peachy Keen. Okay, hold on. Woo! Aw, thank you, Lisa. And getting all the love on the super chat today. And she gave a little sparkly clapping. I'm gonna go with fox. Because you're foxy. She gave us a fox. Oh, that's awesome. I do love those. You guys get to choose, right? Whenever you do the little super chat, it like gives you some options, right? They don't let us upload our own on that. I think. Maybe once you like your channel gets bigger, they give you more things that you can offer everybody. But I can't wait if they do ever allow us to do those. That'll be super fun. It does allow you to pick them. Okay, carry on, Pete. Tell us what you're doing. Sorry.
I don't really know.
Oh, okay.
We will discover this together.
Okay.
Because I don't know what this is going to do.
Oh, Brenda, I should send you some stickers. I have some liquid fly ones. We need to do PM Artist Studio ones. I printed them, but like, some proper good ones.
Look at that. I still have some yummy stuff out here. Oh,
Goodness, that was... Ooh.
That really hugged down on there, but look at that.
Got down on it. Oh, you messed up the line.
Yeah, I like that. I'm not liking this so much.
No, that one's smushed out on you.
That one's smushed. Well, I think it's because it had more of the, had more of the metallic paint.
Mm.
That one had less of the metallic paint.
Wow, learning things. Look at us.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to move this aside right now because I'm just thinking this is some lovely mucky moo.
Mucky moo?
Mucky moo.
Not mucky muck. Mucky moo.
Mucky moo going on there.
That's funny.
Oh, look, we've got some leaves. Okay, so we're just going to reverse engineer this.
Okay.
Kind of let it dry a little bit.
Okay. Don't do that under the camera. I'm going to smack you. Having enough lighting issues here.
Okay, well, we'll just focus on that. That looks really good. I'm liking that.
Oh. Aw, Dana. Well, thank you. Man. Super chat day. Woohoo. We really appreciate that.
Dadgummit. Where to put my stuff and clean up my mess here. I'm messing up my nice...
Who are you talking about, Kelly?
It's not
their
nice.
shop is really fun because it's an extension of their warehouse. I'm assuming you're talking about Cheap Joe's. You're talking about Cheap Joe's. Cheap Joe's is good.
We
And
like.
I think
we like
you
that
get
place.
free shipping. $75,
Yeah, at a certain point.
something like that.
I
It's
don't
not
know
too
what.
bad. I mean, still pricey. I mean, as far as
I don't
trying
really
to hit
think
that
this
mark
is going to
so
make that much difference with what I'm going to do here.
hello, Patricia. Welcome.
Hello,
Glad you're here.
Patricia. Okie dokie. We're going to mix up some. What is that? What is this? This is violet oxide. Okay, that has a bit of a red tinge to it. That'll be good. Oh, did you see that little bubble blurb out there?
No, I didn't.
Get back in there.
You're storing them so it goes back into the tube versus.
I don't know what you're saying.
I was just thinking.
Why is that little one back there? That does not belong there.
Hey, you're the only one touching the paint. Well, I don't know. Izzy might be over there farting around things, but. Oh, thank you, Violet. Yes, if you guys that, are popping in here and you are not part of Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group, that is where we, along with many of these lovely, lovely artists that are in our chat, hang out during the week. We also have like creative collab that's going on, so that's our June challenge thing. This June one is collect and create, which is going to be fun. We have YouTubers that participate, but then in Makers, you guys participate over there. If you want to know more about that, you need to talk to Mo or Ann. Ann Lauver is here in our chat. They are part of the Arty trio with this one over here. Don't ask her much. She doesn't really handle that part of things. She's just the Arty part. If you want information,
trust me,
that's Mo and Ann. I'm not being mean. I'm just telling y'all what's real.
I will admit that is not my métier. I really suck at that kind of stuff.
Even when I tell her things, then she forgets it. And I'm like, did you not tell them that?
And I'm like, well, I think I did.
Oh, okay.
I think I did.
This is Queen Pam. Well, your little, yeah. So she's, what's Elon QP? Okay. Well, the QP, that probably is your Queen Pam. The QP, yes. Now I'm reading things.
Okay.
It's a struggle today. I don't know why. That's me. Hello, Marta. I'm so glad you're here. Arty party. That's right. Got the Arty party. I love that. I'm very happy about that. What's happening? Oh, she's going to do the shadow technique. That's going to be brilliant. You're going to put it over the pink?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Or the peach.
Yeah, especially this one that's kind
No worries, Dot.
poopy.
It's poopy peachy.
Poopy peach.
Poopy peach.
You know?
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know. I
yeah.
don't agree with that. I'm not on board with this decision. She feels like if she does it enough, it'll make sense.
Hey, Brian.
I recognize.
I'm
going to
make a rude gesture at you here in a minute if I.
Just give me the look. That's fine. I don't know what's happening there. I'm sure you'll make it wonderful. That's better. It's still a little blurry. Why is it so blurry?
Well, it's because it's got so much gunk on it. I guess. I don't know.
Now you just need to texture paste over it or
I
something.
think I need to texture paste over
Because
it.
it just, I don't think paint's.
Yeah, I don't think
it's
so. But I do.
thick.
I don't know. I'm not hating it.
It's better.
As
I
you
see
tell
that.
her, Perry says, I don't hate it.
It's just rude.
I'm not having a love fest here by any means.
No.
This is the okay. Well, we're just gonna leave that for now. I like this. I like it. I like the sharp edges and the whatevers, and this is really just kind of poopy doo. And I'm just gonna leave this because I think this could be a great. Oh, look, there's the leaves are still there.
Oh, okay.
I should probably just.
Violet, why don't you gotta put the, at PM. Okay, hey all. Kathy is setting up a schedule to do interviews with artists and streamers. She says, correct her if she's wrong, Kathy. She needs some people to talk to. Well,
watching.
There you go. We've got some streamer people here. We've got all kinds.
Yeah, we do.
Let Kathy know if you want to jump on there with her. We would like to schedule that, like if you want to talk to us. But it has to be not this month because we're going on vacation and stuff. So it's going to be interesting enough there. Maybe July. If you want us. I won't be mad if you know.
Could I have the questions ahead of time so I'll know the answers?
You might hear the toilet flush here in a second. I do apologize, but the baby went to the bathroom.
Oh, most of the time she doesn't flush.
It's also really good information. Okay, what is that yummy looking paint in the jar P just applied?
Well,
Hopefully it's got a number, but I'm judging by her saying well.
Wow.
Which one was it?
Okay, this is the Lucas Krill.
Hi everybody.
Yeah, they heard you. That's right.
I'm just making some little things out here so that, because I can't pull this right now anyway because I didn't put enough paint down. Just doing a little bit of, random mark making, texturizing, using the end of a
Sgraffito.
paintbrush. Has a little, whatever edge there.
All right, did you talk about the mix there? That it's your Lucas Krill,
Oh yeah,
whatever.
Yeah,
who's it, what's it?
I will.
Okay.
I will talk about that. Okay, I'm going to put this aside. Let that dry.
Do you think that was going to show up pretty? I don't.
Well, you can always
Yeah,
tell by
flip it
turning it over.
You got a little bit in there. You needed to probably but depending on what you put on there, yeah, I see it now.
See it now?
Yeah, more of it's going to come through. You need to go dark with whatever you pull it with.
Absolutely. I do. And I got a plan. Okay. So, obviously I've talked about this before, and I don't talk about it anymore because Mariah gives me ugly looks. It's like talking about my allergies. She told me not to talk about it anymore because everybody already knew.
No, we've got a lot of new people today. And it was
Okay.
asked.
Thank you for asking. You can ask about my allergies too, and I'll tell you that. Lucas Krill pastos. Now, the important thing out here is the pastos.
Yes.
Because, let me find the tube. This is what I ordered, and I ordered it because it was like half price.
Yeah,
and I
super
just
sale.
thought, how bad can it be? I know I can make it work one way or another. And then I asked somebody about it, and then Mo said, well, you're not going to like it because it's very chalky. She was absolutely right.
Yeah.
The pastos is very chalky, but I fix it. What I do is I add, to this one I have Extra Heavy Gel Medium by Amsterdam, plus Triple Thick Brilliant Brush On Glaze by Deco Art, plus Retarder.
You're running out of label. You can't add anything else. Got to stick to those items.
Oh, but I still have a little bit
yeah, a
more
little
room
bit,
over here.
okay.
I could add a little augmented
Yes.
piece of sticker over there. So that is what this is. And you know what? I love this. I use this to
Yeah.
pull prints all the time. But see how nice and creamy and thick it is?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Lucas Krill is a very fine quality paint. And one of my new favorite paints. Is it okay if we talk about this?
Yes, I love it because, and for those of you that, may have found us on this and then you end up watching any of our earlier stuff where she would rant about the Lucas Krill, just leave in the comments. Oh, okay. Because I told her, I was like, would you stop bashing on them? Because you'll probably be able to, and this is true of anything that you have in your art supplies. If you've ordered that thing and then you're like, okay, well, that really wasn't what I wanted it to be, do keep in mind it can be, perhaps.
Yes.
There's
Well,
options,
yeah,
usually.
there are limits to that, but yes, for the most part. But I love this paint. Now, I do not love the delivery system of this paint. You notice I just open it up and squeeze it out and, you know, get it off with my palette knife. Because I did follow the things on my red. And right now, I can't get that little tip off of there.
Right. But you just open it up and...
I just open it up. Now, if push gets shoved here, I can just take and get this out of here and put it in a jar. But right now, I'm very happy with just squeezing it up there and, you know.
Yeah, once it gets too low, you're not going to be able to...
Well, that's true, too.
Yeah, there's a point. It's math.
Yeah,
and
we'll have to make some
volumes
decisions.
and science and stuff.
Make some decisions if when that happens.
Okay.
That's really great. Now, Lucas Krill also comes in this form. This is Lucas Krill Studio. This is Lucas Krill Studio. And I mean, I don't... that is 4 different...
No, it's really there isn't any difference with those as far as the studio. It's just the
oh, ounces.
ounces.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, there's more in here than
Yeah.
here. Yeah, I don't hate that. We just got this because this was the only place we could get this particular. Mariah picked this color for me. I did not pick this color.
I was just trying to meet the shipping and get you something that you hadn't tried before.
And I absolutely, this is my new Naples yellow because I really love Naples yellow.
It's very much in kind of the same hue.
Yeah, except they're both opaque, but this is kind of pinky and this is definitely greeny.
Yeah, and I like that it's green.
It
looked fantastic with the PBO, the one that we were recommended. See, you enable us too, Patty, just to let you know.
Yes.
It's a mutual enabler.
Yes. Now see, this is drying and we're getting a really wonderful textury background to work with here. And I want to put circles on here, but I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that yet.
Hey, and you know what? I was giving you a hard time, but I like what you did there.
Well, and the thing about it is if you don't like it, just put another layer on. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I get, and this is the thing. I got to say this. Okay. You saw me, throw the thing back.
It's still over there, by the way. I mean, it's hanging on.
By golly, that sucker is. I might use some of that.
Okay.
Anyway, the thing is when you set yourself up for failure, here's what you do. You have a very specific idea in mind.
Uh-huh.
You will not let go of it. You just gotta hold that like a dog in a bone.
Sounds familiar. It feels familiar. I have all of these feelings at times. And then I'm like, I gotta let this go. I just think, if we're gonna move on.
Exactly. So my whole thing about, the planning end of things, I do have a vague idea. But what is in the back of my mind is a balancing agent. We're on a scale here. The balancing is, I know I can make it work if it doesn't work. That's what makes life bearable. And I just suddenly found my black paint here.
Was that the one that fell under the desk? Or
no,
just,
but you can see it's gone.
Oh, you need to mix some more. You should do a little video.
Shall I mix some?
Oh, well, we're videoing. Look at that. Now you guys will understand how P mixes things.
Yeah, I very much I measure everything. This is a 2-inch dollop.
Is the Lucas Krill mix in her recipes? Probably not.
No, but it's really okay. Can you see that on there? And I know it's really hard because it's like black on black. Okay, yeah. And now I want that's my
Shannon, we know who you are. We'll let you in. I'm very curious to see what you wrote on the answers.
And here's some of my really dark purple too. I'm trying to find my alizarin in Lucas Krill. Mm-hmm. Aha! Here's old Lucas Krill alizarin. Because this is the other color that I got. Okay, I really, the reason I'm doing this with this red rather than one of my other reds is because of the body. This is heavy body. And I want to keep a pretty heavy body. Yeah, that's probably good. I don't know where the rest of my other tube. I've got another tube of this stuff someplace. But I left all the information on here on this one. So this is the pastos. It's in the tube. Okay, now we're just gonna mix this around here.
Alrighty.
Need some more blue.
You need more blue?
Uh-huh. Because I can see the red.
Yes.
It makes it brownie.
Now,
So
if you want to properly mix these things, sometimes it's best to mix them out of the pot and then put
yes,
them into
that
the
is
pot.
a very good point, Mariah.
Yes.
Bless your heart. Thank you.
What?
All right, now here's some open Prussian blue. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use that for something else. This is Prussian blue. Oh, it's open too. I've got a little tube of open. Huh. Well, I just need to keep that in mind because I'm going to put some retarder in here. And the thing about that, did you see how that came out of there? That was quite a bit different than...
Patty says she has a heavy body.
Was a little more loosey-goosey. Than the...
Deb says, that's probably good. Yeah, then she adds more. Yeah, she didn't feel like it was totally good. I told you. It's... The paint mixing thing. It's more of a feeling.
It really is, and I mean, I don't know how to...
Oh, bye, Callie. Thank you for hanging. We appreciate it.
Okay, so, I've got a little piece of paper over here. Just happen to have one.
Very nice.
Look at that.
I'm going to zoom in. Hold on. Feels like this should be a...
And the reason I do that is because I want to string it out a bit so that I can see what's going to happen when I... That's about as close to black as you're going to get without using black. And it's a nice, dark color.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy about that.
I'm very happy about that.
It took me a lot longer to mix that the other day.
Well, I mean, you do it a couple times, and you should be real professional.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, that's usually how this stuff works, and we keep telling people that's how it works.
I hate wasting the paint, so we'll just put this on here, and this may become something really absolutely
just
stunningly wonderful at some point in the
mark
future.
your calendars that you saw this thing this day. And it'll become some feature awesome thing. Can't tell you how many brayer-offs have become our most favorite things.
Yeah. Well, in fact,
Bye, Evie.
think that other cover was a brayer off.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I lose track. I used to use crappy paper for my brayer off, but my brayer offs turned out to be better than the real thing sometimes. So
I was there the day.
it was like I need to use better quality paper. And plus that craft paper, although I love it for watercolor.
It holds a lot of, it really absorbs wet things very well.
It really honestly does, but it has tooth to it that you don't always want because the tooth is what keeps you from getting really crisp details.
It is also not ideal for punching of any sort.
Yeah.
Because it's strong, but not like in a way that you want it to be able to punch through very nicely.
It's way too flexible.
Yes. There, that's a good... Sometimes being flexible isn't a good thing.
Yeah. You know, when you need something to be stiff.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, that reminds me, those of you that have started coming in here, I noticed that we've got some people coming in. Do say hello. We love to say hello to you in the chat. The chat will also say hello to you. Because we are live right now. If you're coming on the replay, do let us know that you're here in the comment section. Leave us some comments. We love those. And thumbsy upsies on this video. That is extremely helpful.
I really started doing this a lot more than, I did at first, simply because I think I know what color this is right now, but not necessarily later. Now, you notice the difference between this and this.
I do need that all.
This has more red. Probably, and I haven't put any retarder in this yet,
Hey, Michelle.
which I probably should do.
But didn't you use some open?
I used some open, so that I'm going to just kind of leave it for a little bit,
See how it performs.
see how it performs.
Because otherwise it'll take days.
Yes.
Hello, April. And hello, Natalia. I hope everything is good with you. It's been a little while.
Oh, we have some people coming back and just
Yeah.
joining us just now?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we got 5 minutes. You want to work on that cover some more?
I don't think so. It's sticky.
Okay.
And I'm afraid I'm going to be pulling off some of the cool stuff that's on there. Because I can see a circle here. See that circle?
Well, why don't you try to give us because we didn't show the swirls very much the other day.
Swirl.
Oh, sorry, the PM spiral swirls leaves.
Oh.
Show us a little bit of that.
Yeah. Just don't want to put this on top of anything else. Or put anything else on top of it. This one's pretty much dry.
Fran would like to know what does soft core mean. I'm assuming she's asking about pencils.
Soft core. Well, that just means they're creamier.
Yeah.
The Verithin are much more. They're tighter. They have.
It's harder. It's a harder lead.
I don't know how they do that, but that's.
It's the binders.
Yeah.
I think it has to do with the binders.
Absolutely, I'm going with that.
We know some things.
I'm
Hopefully
going
somebody else in the chat will let us know.
with that.
Let us know that we're wrong.
Okay, here we've got a little bit of this mucky muck on here. Let's do something with our lovely green gold and our leaves. What did I do with my leaves? Oh, here are my new leaves.
Well, no, Leanne, I think this was the one that we showed on Thursday. But we just, it was like, it's very, very quickly at the, end of the 3-hour mega stream. So I thought that it would be nice. Now, here we are at the end of this stream. We are not going to go another hour because I am starving and we have to do things to do.
What were you going to do?
Well, we need to plant some things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're either going to have to give up the ghost on the tomato plants or plant those suckers.
Yeah.
Because they're root bound. And they need a new home. And we're going to put them in a pot.
I think we're going to move the Japanese maple. So the little thing can actually have a better fighting chance. We put it in too sunny of an area.
Yeah, and it's struggling, bless its little heart.
So which is better, the Verithin or softcore? I like the sound of the
You need both.
Fran's just leaning towards, she likes the sound of the softcore.
Rather than hardcore.
Yeah. I suppose they don't. I'm just not going to touch that. There we go. There we go. All right. Thank you, Melinda. Softcore pencils tend to be wax-based, Prisma. Hardcore tend to be an oil-based, Faber-Castell.
See?
Thank you, Melinda, for saving us from babbling on about things we only sort of know.
Or in creating
Yeah. False information.
or information that we don't need to know that.
Yeah.
Don't need.
She just remembered something. I got her one. She's been such a good girl. I got her one of the plus I wanted to know because people ask. We really ride the line of the inappropriate.
I don't know if I love this or not.
Yeah. I like its size.
Yeah.
It's size is good.
Size is
Do you like
good.
how you hold the handle?
Yeah, I love the handle.
We're just not in love with maybe how, like the base or the. Geez, why can't I just brain work today? Yay.
I don't know about this. I'm worried about this when it gets paint on it. Now that's my main concern.
Yes.
I don't know how that's going to go down. But you never know.
Ricky says, yes, we are going to use the Zutter. Once I don't know when this book's going to get bound. I just really have stopped asking. It just gets a little fiery.
It will happen when it happens.
That's right. It is.
And you just don't worry about it.
That's usually what she says to me. I just ask, is today the day? She says, no, not today.
Not
okay.
today.
Sounds good. Christy has that Baron.
So
And
what,
I think Kathy has that Baron. She says, I have one and I love it. So.
The reason this doesn't work very well is because it's too hard. And I thought the soft.
Denny says hers has paint, no problem.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
And P.S. book. Yes, exactly.
Okay, now we're just going to let that set for a bit, and I'm going to go ahead and muck up another one.
And see, Anne has the one that's like that, but has the smooth plastic. See, I waffle, because she said that she wanted the one that has, like, the fabric bottom, and it is. It's like the nylon something or other. Oh, yes, and Anthony Cody has some beautiful Barons in his Etsy shop. Susan, would you be so kind and perhaps to post his link again in Makers?
Who is this?
Anthony Cody. He's the one that makes the inlay Barons.
Oh, yes, that are beautiful. If I didn't
And
have...
somebody let Anthony know that we've been giving him love. I just want him to know that he's been getting love over here at PM Artist Studio. Just in case. I like people to know these things. We might want a Baron. I'd like to use that, as a discount option, perhaps. Yeah. Maybe he wants some stencils. We could do a little trade. Let's see. I have one, and she doesn't. Okay, Patty has one of those. She doesn't care for it. Never use it. Can't get into the small holes as good as her knuckle. There you go.
I just had that same
feeling on that. Well, I think it's more for those prints that you're kind of just pulling the backgrounds and stuff. You're not doing a lot of stencil detailed work. Do you think a furniture slide would help? Maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, if you put I think that might
you put
work.
a ball on a furniture. Yeah, that kind of those felty things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I really want to get pressure.
Oh,
on,
yes, he should totally be in Makers. Yes. And he can sell his stuff there. He just needs to tell us. Remember, the key in Makers is that we want to know what you are making, why you made it, how you made it, what products did you use, where can we get those products. We love that. With an enabler alert. Always need those. In case you want to follow the thread of enabling. But yes, we love that. And even you guys that all have channels, we want to support that. Just, let us know what you're doing, how you're doing
so
it.
crazy.
That is very crazy. Oh my
crazy.
goodness.
This came off of there.
Uh-huh.
This came off of there.
But
now this is what's still there.
A little bit of each.
Huh.
Left behind.
Go figure. Is that weird blue? I love that stuff.
All right, everybody's calling them the leaf stencils. I guess I should just...
love it. Okay, what are we going to pull this with? I think we're going to go with old Lucas. Where are you? Get to see old Lucas.
Oh, so Christy says, yes, I like how mine is squishy and it gets down into the stencil, but I agree with Patty. It isn't the end-all be-all. Okay. Hot glue it on. Yes. Hashtag that.
Now remember, you want to use plenty of this because you can't add some more midstream. If you're halfway across the river, You either got to go forward or go back. There you go. Wisdom.
Has been dropped.
Boom.
Whether you're going to pick it up, I don't know. Sometimes you should just keep on walking.
Now, I have a feeling that
Oh.
we're in the river, Mariah. We're not walking.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Keep
Just
on paddling.
Oh, Natalia's asking what's wrong with my wrist. It hurts. It hurts a lot. And I don't really know. It's probably due to computering.
Computering. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm using a whole sheet.
Oh, that's right. Aw, that's sweet, Brad. Brad says, P made it. I just helped get this baby out to you guys. I did have to add in extend pieces because they were missing. Yes, that is true.
So it went.
Yeah, so it was like an actual full thing rather than just a stop. And that's actually kind of, you know what's the funny thing is how the paint has hit there? That she had just left, like, she'd stopped, like, she didn't round it out. So that's kind of how, look at that. Isn't that funny? Brad, you're in. Thank you.
This is going to be a ripened situation.
Ooh. Almost looks kind of like, you know, in some areas there's berries and leaves and berries. That makes me chuckle. I laugh about some funny stuff.
Maybe we have some nice little balls.
Muttering.
Little circles.
Yeah. Leaves and berries.
Hither and yon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're just going to let that ripen. And, oh, there you are.
I'd love it if you got stuff on all your plates and then we can do some poll videos for Instagram because I haven't done a lot of those lately and people like those more than me just showing prints in the box. Notice that.
Isn't this wonderful?
That is wonderful. I like that a lot.
I don't know that I could ever do that again. But what's cool is these have come off as negative where they didn't take the paint.
Oh, and that's a really sweet way to think about it. So, she says when Pete first showed us the new stencil, she thought the larger one's in the wee other side of the small one. It looks like an abstract nativity scene. I like that idea. Yeah, it's mother-child, yes.
Okay. Alrighty then. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
What do you want to do? Ooh, I think you should try to show another mix of the, well, you started out with the chevrons the other day with the white. Then you pulled that up or did something there. Then there was the PBO green and the fern that was used. I just thought that was
it didn't have great contrast.
I know, but it was really cool.
It really was when you kind of looked at it from, well, let's go with some PBO bronze. We'll create our bronze here.
Patty taught us this.
Yeah. And I have never used PBOs before. I didn't know anything about them.
Now, are they just, because, oh, sorry.
These are studios. I don't know if that means it's like.
Yeah, we don't know much about this particular brand.
And
I was curious because all I found were the metallic ones. Do they have regular?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Okay.
And I don't know what this DYNA, Fran had mentioned that the other day. I don't, if somebody knows what that means.
Well, that seems to be all the ones that are the Dyna thing are the sparkly metallics. I believe.
Well,
and then she
Fran
was
has
like,
these
is it
in
dynamite or is it?
She has this one in teal, and it's really
nice.
Awesome.
Maxine, yes, we do have sets of ATCs. In fact, there's a set of 9. And then if you get the set of 7, it actually has the Geopoly, the 4x6-ish version of the Geometric Polynesian, along with then 6 other, well, it's like 5 ATCs and then 1 long because it's the arrows. That's a great set. The set of 7 is a cool set to have. Bye, Heather. Ooh, I like this kind of ombre thing that you got going on there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's. I don't know if this is going to work or not.
Well, you know, give it a whirl. Going greeny. Sort of army green. Hey Brad, can you find that one? Yeah, Anne has that set. The ATC is super flexible and super useful for so many. It's really cool. Like the little ATC ones, you can obviously use them more than just the ATCs. They're great for the book pages. P uses the ATC ones all the time for these finer detail. Ooh. Wow.
And we ain't done yet.
We ain't done yet. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Could have let that dry. Could have let that dry. Pulled it with something else. But.
And I said volume 1 because we had planned on putting other volumes in there. We just haven't yet. And Patty gave you a hello, lover. It's the finest of the Patty compliments.
Look at that.
Very nice.
And we still have stuff on the
And there's some Orby stuff on there from, you know.
Oh my gosh, it's just now showing up. Isn't that amazing?
Bye, Fiona. Thanks for hanging.
Oh my gosh, I think these are so wonderful. And I've got an idea about what to do to go over the top of them to make them even the wonderfulness even more wonderful.
To show up.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mainly to show up.
Mainly.
And Susan says, can we see that again?
Oh, sure.
Meaning the process, or do you just want to see the print?
Oh. Yeah, the process, I'm being very sarcastic and like, no, hell
never.
no.
That looks so good. Here, I'll kind of back out again.
Yeah, because I'm just waiting for this to dry.
There we go. Kylie says, I love the PBOs. I would say that the studio is more than student, but not quite professional. But still lovely to work with, in her opinion. Don't think that the Dinah stands for anything, just the name of them. Yeah, because Fran had asked that too. I was like, yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
What is Dinah about? Somebody in marketing. It's like, put Dinah on that.
It's not
People
ready.
ask questions.
It's not ready. It's not ready to come off yet. It's still in its wet stage. It's going to be a good one, though. Very, very lightly, because that underneath there was still just ever so slightly
No
wet.
problem, Michelle. Get some rest. But that sounds like it was fun. She was at the Jubilee.
Post pictures. I did the Stonehenge thing. Now some people
Cindy Shearer's going to go bake a German chocolate cake. All right, bye.
I wished I had some of that. I think we can talk Brad into choosing.
See what Patty said about Dinah. Okay, sorry, that moved too quick.
Look at that rusty wonderfulness.
Oh. Well, did I go far enough? Maybe I didn't go far enough. Oh, Dinah are the ones with the one color paint and another color mica. Oh, so they're like the color shift. So that's their, we thought it meant like dynamic. So maybe that's what it is. Meaning like dynamic. Color shifting. Everybody's got their little spin of. So, in order to get the bronzy color, you need the green. And then you need the orange. Here, show the numbers. Turning them to the side a little bit. Yeah, so 359 and 353. That makes the bronzy.
That makes the bronzy. We're gonna try it again. We've still got some mucky muck out here, but I don't think it's gonna be.
Oh yeah, Lisa's all over this. Yeah, this is right up Lisa's alley. Oh, it's shiny. And it looks kind of, yeah. I see Lisa doing this in the future. She loves her some color shifting business.
And you can kind of, if you want it to lean more towards the greeny end, you don't put as much red in. You want it to be more coppery-ish, then you just go with the other one.
Yeah. Or, you could listen to me and say, can you just leave that little fade there? And you have a little bit of each, just to remind you what was there. It's a thought. I have them. You purposefully.
Oh, I didn't erase it. It's still there. Just calm down.
All right, calming down. I think this will be our last one. Can this be our last one? Or are you gonna? I'm starving. My stomach says.
Is somebody fetching food? That's what I want to know.
We'll probably go and get.
Oh.
She doesn't like to go and get food.
I'll just fix a sandwich.
I want the kebabs is what I want. Any thoughts on that?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
That looks awesome.
Now look at that.
Cool.
And then we have... Oh, but you know what we can do?
Why don't you leave that one and then we'll come back and when we can do a poll on like a little quick video.
I'll pull this off and let it dry. And then we can put down like something.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that little short. That's what we'll do with that one. Stay tuned.
But isn't that gorgeous? Oh, Patty, look at that. And see, I would have never mixed those colors together if it hadn't been for you. She's still here.
And now everybody's telling me their foods that they're having, so now I'm like super...
I think we definitely need to pursue this German chocolate cake thing.
Okay. Well, there you go. Cliffhanger, exactly. Teasers at the end.
Hey, these are really great stencils, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean...
I like that. Yeah,
you
I'm
get
sure
all
you'll be
three
seeing
of
this.
them?
Yes.
That's wonderful. I mean, that is so wonderful. You get 3.
Yeah. All right, guys. Okay, she's making cake tonight, too. You guys are killing me. All righty. Thank you so much for hanging out with us once again in our Sunday stream here. We very much appreciate all of you guys that come to the chat, even lurkers. We love you guys. Hope that you eventually feel comfortable enough to say hello in the chat.
non-lurkers.
Yes, becoming non-lurkers. Or just, come on over to Makers. Say hello, I'm a lurker. That's totally fine. We appreciate that very much. We do hang out there in the Makers of Mixed Media Artist Facebook group. All during the week. We have the Creative Club that's coming up. Lots of fun to have there. And then we have our $100 giveaway. If you want more information on that, you can either go over to our community tab or do come check out Makers. That information is there as well. We will see you guys on Tuesday because we stream at 3 p.m. on 3 p.m. Central Time on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll see you guys then.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.